Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back to the Chris and Lee Show.
YouTube is officially live.
According to Lee, YouTube is officially live. I don't believe him, but
Live. Here we go.
he says it, so whatever.
Here we go. So talk to me. What do you got?
What I got is...
Did you get the rates today?
Oh, you want to talk about loans?
Stupid loan stuff. How dare
Yeah,
you?
all right. Bye, guys.
How dare you?
You guys
How
wanted
dare
to
you.
see us.
Talk
but-
about the drama. Let's
You
talk
wanna
about the Cat
loans,
Williams drama.
bro?
Let's talk about the Cat Williams drama.
Did you finish the
I
podcast?
did. It was, you know what? How many views that thing's got, and you know how much Hollywood hates it. Oh my God, it's crazy, man. It's straight crazy. They got a. I was watching a follow up on it. When I was watching the follow up, it was 11 million within the first, I don't know, 48 hours. 11 million. That's crazy, man. That's
My favorite
crazy.
loan officer said that
Who's
person.
that? All right, 8272. 8272. Gotta look up there. What's up, guys? Hey, we just went live. We're live on Facebook. Thank you, Facebook, for showing up. Instagram. Thank you, Instagram, for showing up. TikTok and YouTube. Thank you all for showing up. Where are you guys at? What do you want to know? We're going to talk about loans, talk about buying a house, how to hack the system, how to get the best overall deal, and what to look out for. So let me know where you're at.
So here's the problem, guys. The problem is that the Golden Globes were last night. Coming for you, Chris, in a couple months. All right, sweet. Looking
All right,
forward to it.
user 82.
So the Golden Globes were last night, and who's the host?
Joe Coy.
Joe Coy's the host, and
Joe Coy.
all he said was, we're coming in right after an NFL doubleheader. The difference between the Golden Globes and the NFL doubleheader is that the NFL doubleheader has more shots of Taylor Swift. That was it. All this controversy because she didn't laugh at it. Garbage. All right, questions are already coming in. Do
I
you
love
have to have 2 years and one job to be able to qualify, or just have history of 2 years?
Good question.
I'm going to actually finish that question
Yeah,
because
good question.
Martha didn't tell me the whole question.
Martha.
I had to finish it.
Martha.
And Martha, I like your thoughts because they're accurate. You just need history. 2 year history. So I'll give you an example. And I'll even add COVID to this one. Let's say that
Don't say that word.
you've been... It's
We'll
a
get
real
banned.
Word. It's a
We'll
real
get
word.
banned.
It's a real word.
There's a lot of real words. The real words get you banned. Anyway.
So, here's how it works. You have 1 year at 2019, working till 2020. You have whole 2020 off, but then you work the whole year of 2021. That's a 2 year history, even with the 1 year gap. So yes, all you need is history. So back to the Golden Globes. Everyone's up in arms because Taylor Swift went like this. That's it.
Taylor Swift moves markets right
That's
now.
it. So much that she is part of the conspiracy of controlling for the election of 2024.
She moves
So
markets,
much.
yeah. She moves markets. Whoever got in her brain deep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dude,
So you finished Cat
our
Williams?
count is not where it should be.
Yeah. So you finished Cat Williams?
I did. I thought it was very interesting. Interest rates, though. Interest rates, 5.375. I thought it was 5.25 on a 15-year fixed. I thought the reaction to Cat was amazing. I think Cat is a pioneer. I think he's a pioneer like Tucker. Tucker is a pioneer. He jumped off the mainstream. He says, hey, listen, I'm not going to ride your guys' train. I'm going to speak my truth. And Tucker got ostracized by everybody, even Fox. And like Fox is suing him, straight suing him. You know how much they were paying this guy?
Tucker?
Yeah,
No. 10 million a year?
20 million.
20 million? Okay.
So they told him, hey, listen, we owe you 20 million a year. We'll keep paying you 20 million a year, but you can't be on the air anymore. You go home and earn your 20 million a year. Now the average guy would go, well, I got over on the system. I got 20 million a year. I don't even have to work. I just have to exist and I get 20 million a year. But their objective, I believe, was to silence him during the elections. And it was worth 20 million a year to keep him from speaking because his voice is so powerful. You know what he said? He said, y'all keep your 20 million. I understand what you're saying. Go home, don't start anything, don't compete with you. I understand. And you'll pay me. and that money keeps coming in. But I'll pass. He said, I'll pass. I say, what? I'll pass. And then he went to X, Twitter, and he said, hey, Elon, I'd like to do my own thing on your show. Can you not censor me? Elon said, sure, cool, bro. And he walked away from $20 million a year to do that. So he's a pioneer. That's a mind that's just different, because that's $20 million is a lot of money. And I suppose after a certain amount, it doesn't matter anymore. But that's a pioneer, and I think Kat's a pioneer. Back to the questions.
If I make $70,000 a year, can I afford to buy a $400,000 townhouse? Okay, so we're gonna give you the price, the idea of the price, but townhouse, what you simultaneously said was there's gonna be an HOA. And HOAs run from $99 to thousands of dollars per month. So we'll just say, it'll have a reasonable one, but this will be just on the price. What do you think?
So 400 is right at your line, depending on your HOA, property tax assessment, where you got, what city and state you're at. Put in what city and state, and there are ways that we can get you to qualify, but you're at the line. 70,000, 400 at today's interest rates, right at the line. Maybe yes, maybe no, right on that line. So call us, we'll help you out.
650 credit score. Yes, Martha, 650 is going to work all day long. Is it better to do cash out on a home and use that for down payment on another house? What do you think about that?
Sometimes yes, sometimes no. If you do a cash out, let's just say you had a 2.8% interest rate, 2.75. Let's say you had 2.75 interest rate, and you cash out refied at 8%. Well, you get a big lump sum of cash, but you lost a lot in the payment because your payment's going to go up dramatically. So in that case, probably doesn't make sense unless you can ROI that thing. You plan on selling it. There's a lot of reasons why it might, but just in a heads-up race, probably not the best idea unless the interest rate is close to the interest rate that you already have. In that case, it does, or you're taking advantage of an amazing opportunity that will start to make you money or put you in a better situation like right now.
So let's say this person is just trying to acquire real estate, just trying to get as much real estate as possible. Should they be factoring the best case scenario on their current property?
Yeah, because it's a long game. It's not a short game. Trying to acquire real estate is all about numbers. It's about, does this math out? And if you refinanced and you land up net losing, call it $1,000 a month because your interest rate is so much higher, over 12 months, that's $12,000. 10 years, $120,000. 3 years, $360,000. So it's math. It's always math. So we have to look at the scenarios. A lot of times it does make sense, but it's math.
So next. I'm going to disagree on that. Okay. I'm going to say if you can acquire. If you hit a spot where you can buy now, I don't know if that exists 3 months from now. I don't know if that exists 3 years from now. But if you could buy now and doing a cash out, I would say that's the move.
I say finite players play to win, infinite players play to keep playing. I choose to be an infinite player, making sure I can debt service going forward over and over and over again. But we'll put the numbers in front of you. You make the call.
You can have him stop you from buying houses, or you can have me help you.
I didn't say stop. I said
which
acquire.
One of those do you guys want to choose?
A hell of a lot more. Just do it correctly.
Woodbridge, Virginia. How you doing, Martha? My annual income, $104,000. My FICO, 560. Can I qualify for a mortgage?
Yes. 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 But epic elegance, you're going to have some issues. Because that 560 FICO score, I'm going to tell you, and a lot of people aren't going to tell you it this way, but you earned it. You did something in your past that made your FICO go down to 560. Now, all mortgages are based off of risk. And because you're a risk, they mitigate that risk by mandating a larger down payment. So, can you do it? Yes. With a 10% or greater down payment, I can go FHA. Other than that, we need to get that 560 up to a 580 because the 580 is the opening threshold for FHA loans. So, we'll help you. We do it all the time. We've all been young and done dumb stuff. So whatever you did, let's try to figure it out. Or put a bigger down payment, get you a house.
Old man Grizz, I don't have a credit score. Happy for you, man.
Old man Grizz. Oh man, I
it
like
when-
that.
when
Oh
people
man,
just make a
Grizz.
statement. They're like, I don't have a credit. I go, okay,
All right, good deal. Yeah,
I don't have a
I'm gonna
purple
read into that saying,
truck.
hey, can I buy a house without a credit score? Well, let me answer that. Yes, you can. You can buy a house without a credit score. We do something called alternative credit. It's actually in the guidelines. But most people have a credit score. If you have a social security number, you probably have a credit score. And maybe you want to ignore the credit score or you don't like the credit score. That's not an option. But if we actually pull credit and it shows NA, not zero, but NA, then we can use alternative credit by the guidelines and still get you a house. We've done it.
Isaiah White, you have not been paying attention, Isaiah White. My bank told me I can't use 75% of the projected rental income to qualify for 5% down. What should he tell those loan officers?
Go back to school, get a better mentor, and read the guidelines, because there are ways to make that work. And here's the thing, this is the reality of the loan business, and this is tough. It's tough. Let's just take it to a different business. Let's say surgery, and you've got surgery to do, and there's probably 1,000 competent surgeons out there, 1,000 of them, who are really good at doing surgery. But there's that top 1% that can do things exceptionally. Well, for most people, the average surgeon will work. But occasionally, you need that top surgeon. Well, in the loan business, we are that top surgeon. So, if you want to make something work, we can make it work.
Okay. My income is not high, $55,000 when our credit score is 820. Can a large down payment help?
Tammy. Yes, large payment helps a lot. Your credit score at 820 is phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal. You earned that 820 FICO score. So that means that if you get into debt, the people that extend the debt to you, they are in a very comfortable spot, which means they look the other way for a lot of other things. So let's see if we can get you that house.
You're welcome, Epic Elegance. Martha, my FICO the same thing as a credit score? Question mark? Is your FICO the same thing as a credit score?
Yes, FICO is the same thing as a credit score. There's two different ones. The banking industry uses FICO, and then you get into the version of FICO, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a whole bunch of stuff, but just simple FICO, credit score, easy.
Jay, I'm 18 with a 760 credit score. Is that good?
Yes, Jay, 760 credit score is amazing for 18 years old. Keep it up. I don't know if you're looking to buy a house, but at 18, 760, that's amazing. Good job.
And why are you concerned if it's good, Jay? Let us know what you want to do.
Dylan Diaz.
Can you get me approved, have good credit, make good money, but I only have 1 year of business taxes?
Dylan. Maybe. Here's why. When you do business taxes, we have to know what you write off. We have to know how much you keep, how much profit, how good are you at running a business. So maybe there's an occasional situation where I can do it's called a Freddie 1 year LP accept, and I can occasionally do it, but usually I need to show that you've been in business for a long time. If I can show that you've been in business for a long time, and then this last year you did really well, and you have a good FICO score, there is a possibility I can make it happen.
I do have a sincere question, though, said
Okay.
Old Man Grizz. Why do they keep moving the credit score bands?
Is there a band called Credit Score?
And why do they keep moving?
Okay, so I think, Old Man Grizz, you're talking about the versions, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the whatever. Those aren't technically correct, but that's just the thought process. Here's why. If you are going for credit cards, it's an algorithm. And after you do enough purchases and transactions, they know which debts you choose to pay first. Some people choose to pay their student loan debts first. Some people pay their credit card debts first. Some people pay their mortgages first. Well, if you are in the credit card business, you want that person, so they get a different credit score. If you are in the mortgage business, you want the guy who pays the mortgage first. So these guys get higher rated in the industry. Remember that if somebody's giving you your credit report for free, you're the product. They're selling you to credit card agencies to sell your credit card somewhere in the future.
Emma, what do you think will happen to the rates for homes? Increase or decrease?
Emma. So what we think, not really that important. What is important is what the Fed has said. The Fed came out at the end of 23 and said, we anticipate 3 and as much as 6 interest rate reductions in 2024. But bigger than that, the Fed has also said they want to get inflation down to 2%. And in order to do that, they are willing to do whatever it takes. The translation that most people are reading off of that is that in 24 it's going to come down, in 25 it's going to come down a lot. So we've started the process. It's already come down significantly. We were writing loans at 8.5% not that long ago. Right now, if you went onto the New American Funding website, you'd see 5.25%. That's a big, big, big difference. And we haven't even got the first major cut yet. We've just gotten some security in the market. That's it.
Martha, if they have a lease on an apartment and I already found someone to take my lease, can I buy a house?
You take that.
Martha, this is the strategy that I tell everyone who rents to do. So the name of the game is, for landlords, is to not have a unit that's not rented. So the reason why they lock you into a contract is so that they know when the end of that is and they know when to replace you. And they'll talk to you a month or two before the lease is even up. So that being said, if you found another person to take over your lease and you want to buy a house, tell your landlord. Tell your landlord, hey, I'm going to be cutting early, but I have someone else to finish this lease. And I think they'll be okay with it. Truth is, you're in a contract, so they can hold you to that contract. But if you found another renter firm, I don't think there's going to be a problem at all.
Okay. Dude, can't keep up. 20 in cash. I'm going to say 20K, not $20 in cash. Okay, in cash, I'm going to say that's cash. 20, I'm going to say that's 20,000. Looking to buy in 12 months for family, 1.3 million impossible. So now, if he's thinking 1.3 million and he's got an 820, the 820 tells me that he's been in the real world for a long time. And 20 is no longer $20. And it's not even 20,000, not for 1.3 million. So I'm thinking he's got $200,000 in cash. So, yeah, $200,000 in cash with an 820 FICO score, 1.3 million. Let's do it.
Old man is visioning.
Thanks for the insight. Okay, 585, 60,000. Should I pay off my collection for 750? Maybe. Tijuana, is that right? Tijuana, maybe, but maybe not. Here's why. Let's say your collection is 5 years old and it's reporting as an old collection. It has very little power or very little weight in the credit algorithm because it's an old collection. And it's going to fall off at some point at 7 years or 10 years or whatever, but it's going to fall off. So it doesn't have a lot of weight. But the minute you pay it, it's now a recent collection. So if there's a recent collection, that has a lot of weight, and that could drop your credit score dramatically. So there's something that we call pay for deletion. If you're going to pay them, think about getting a pay for deletion. Next.
All right, everybody, tell us where you at. I want to know city and state of where you guys are located, and I want to know what the weather's doing because we had a storm here this weekend that's supposed to be hitting to the Midwest and to the East Coast. So I need your help. Yuma, Arizona, SSI and SSDI 963 per month. Tell us what you need help with, and we'll help you.
We're going to assume that's going to be buying a house, and we're going to assume that's going to be some of your income.
Emma, I need to convince my fiance to, let's buy a home now.
Yeah, Emma. Just
it's not too hard
convince
for you,
him, man. Convince. All you got to do is
the power side of the relationship.
You just got to convince him, and then boom.
Oh, this guy needs a
you own a house.
fourplex. Oh, that's what it is.
Okay.
Need a fourplex. Okay.
All right.
How much can you bump up my SSDI and SSI?
Look at somebody knows how to the guidelines.
They've been paying attention.
Yeah, they've been paying attention. It's actually very simple. It's either 25% or 15%, depending. Most of the time it's 25%, but sometimes 15%.
Okay, so TikTok 4950, kind of the same thing that I just told the other person up above. I broke my lease. Will that hurt me in buying a house? Okay, so if you broke your lease and the landlord was able to get a person in there, quickly, which probably because there's a lot of renters right now, probably won't affect you negatively. He probably didn't spend the money to put it on your credit report. It probably won't hurt you negatively, but you need to give us a call so we can take a look at it. So here's the name of the game. As long as you have someone to rent that property, landlords typically don't care. That's the name of the game.
And by the way, it's just money. It's just money. That unit has to bring in, call it $3,000 a month. If you're leaving and you say, hey, Mr. Landlord, I got someone that's willing to rent it for $3,300 a month and we'll sign a 12-year contract, 12-month contract, 12-month contract. The landlord will go, wait, you want me to take $300 more for this property? How dare you? It's just math. It's always just math.
You should do pay for delete.
Yep. Ah, there we go. I think I brought that up already, though.
Yeah, that was the fourplex person.
Yep. Okay. Dude, we got so many questions we can't keep up. How's the IG? Anything on the IG? Anything on the FB? Anything on the YT?
Ontario,
We got cool.
California.
Ontario. Oh, we love Ontario.
Emma, Ohio, near Toledo.
Oh,
This person, 85364, Yuma AZ.
Yuma, Arizona. Followed the host. Thank you for following the host.
Fort Worth. Freezing
Fort
rain.
Worth. Freezing rain. I love
Jay,
that.
I knew the storm was going your way. Nayeli, how much can me and my husband afford together? Annual combined income, $125,000. State, Worcestershire, MA.
So at today's interest rates, providing you have no debt, and that's the catch, no debt, 550 to 625, somewhere in that range. There probably be a bit of a buy down in order to make that happen. But I just put a file together not that long ago, so 550 to 625.
Thrilled wants to sell their house to buy another one.
Congratulations, Thrilled. Let's do it.
The question is, when are you going to call us?
Oh, yeah. We got to help you. You need a badass loan. You need a badass loan officer. Call the badass loan officers at the number on the screen. You have to screenshot this in 5 seconds because it's going to disappear in 3, 2, 1, bye.
$70K a year from retirement, no debt, 720 score, $200,000 cash. What price can I buy?
Okay, 70K grosses up to you're about just under 100 G's right now, under 100 G's, and you want to put 200 cash down. I'm gonna guess 650 to 850,000, somewhere in that range.
Sweet changes.
Depending on a few things, like for instance, property taxes. Some places have very high property taxes. I have a house in Texas, and I'll do a lot of properties are 2.9%. 2.9. In California, our base standard, we put in 1.25 till we actually get the exact, and it's usually somewhere around there. It lands up at 1.19 or 1.26, or it's usually pretty accurate. But if you were in Texas, 2.9 is huge. And certain places have very high tax bases. Some have ridiculously low tax bases. I did one in Arkansas not that long ago, and the tax base was, I think, 0.6. Crazy.
So, sweet changes. Where you want to buy? What area? City and state? We're going to purchase a car. When going to purchase a car? When they run credit, do they lose points? Asked Jay.
Sometimes. So usually, yes, a little bit, but not a lot, nothing significant, unless you have multiple people pulling your credit. Here's why. I get this a lot in the mortgage industry. They're like, hey, well, if I'm just shopping loans, well, what? So a loan takes about 30 to 60 days to close, but it doesn't get officially recorded for about 60 days. And because of that, you could have a loan going with 5 different banks for the exact same house, and the banks don't talk to each other. And they won't know till they close. This is mortgage fraud. I'm not teaching you how to do it. It's bad. Don't do it. Don't do it. Never, never, never. But if the credit reporting agencies see credit pull here, credit pull here, credit pull here, credit pull, they start thinking, hey, wait a minute. This is getting a little fishy here. So we're going to drop your score so that everybody pays attention to this, and it happens. That's why.
David Cervantes, 773. What can I qualify? What can I qualify? I make $140,000 a year.
140? Shoot, you're going to start at about 600,000, and then go up from there, depending on the loan limits and how much you're going to put down and a few other things. But like, for instance, you're going to get stopped at loan limits. What's the loan limit in San Bernardino County for FHA right now? 766?
644.
644. So if your income qualifies you, but the program might stop you. So it's going to depend on a bunch of situations. We'll help you.
Chris, called you last week from Minnesota. How you doing from Minnesota? Need an email sent to you. Okay, user 176526777. Since you called me, shoot me a text message right now. Tell me what your name is. I'll make sure that email gets out.
Yep.
Ari Sheath. Hi, settled my collections and judgments 2 years ago, so there is any way I can request to delete.
Ooh, Ari, you had the power when you were settling it. But after that, they have no incentive to delete it. So then you have to go through a process to say, hey, you've got the color of my car wrong. You have to prove something is wrong. And then the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1987, if anything is erroneous, they have to remove it. So you have to find something that is erroneous in order for them to remove it. That's what credit repair guys do. They use the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1987 in order to do that.
Wow, 85364 wants you to visit Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah, love
Maybe
Arizona.
Wants to do like a stand-up show?
Like, hey.
Wants to go on stage and say, hey, here's rates.
And that's it?
I don't know.
No laugh.
If we did come to Yuma,
yeah,
what would we do?
Yeah, what would we do? I do like the Tostitos Bowl in Arizona, but that's different.
If you can get Tostitos Bowl and book it, and we'll be the talent.
For some reason,
we're there.
Phoenix, for some reason, ASU, I don't know why I like going to Phoenix.
I know why.
I love it, yeah.
Screen recorded your answer and answering the interest rate. Sent it to my fiance.
Yeah,
right,
uh-oh.
Let's do it, Emma.
We told them to record. We told them to, hey, convince him, get a house.
Convince him?
Get a house.
These guys said buy a house.
These guys said buy a house. They're the authority. Let's do it.
The guys who do home loans are telling you to get a house?
But yeah, that's the truth. The guys who are the guys who do home loans are telling you should get a home loan. Yeah.
If I sell a commercial property, what percentage is the capital gains tax, man?
Oh, capital gains.
But only on a commercial property.
On a vermercial. Well, if it's vermercial inside of a vorporation, that would work, huh? A vorporation. Well, then your accountant's got to figure all that out. If it's personal, if it's short-term capital gains, it's ridiculous. Like ridiculous. If it's long-term capital gains, not so bad depending on the state you live in. Uncle Lee.
That's you, man?
Dude, I don't even know. I don't even know. I'm the uncle now, huh?
Once you get the grades, they call you Unc. Miss Boss. Question, is 10.95 a high interest rate?
Oh, Miss Boss. Is that your primary mortgage? That's your primary mortgage. It's pretty high. I don't know if it's your car payment, still pretty high. If it's your credit card, not so bad. I mean, it's not great, but it's not so bad.
It's kind of high.
Yeah, it's kind of high. It is kind of high. You can get 8 pretty easy these days, right?
And yeah, everyone, we're doing lots of streamlines now. Streamlines, not refinance. Streamlines.
Streamlines.
So we're talking about FHA, VA, USDA, government-insured loans. What that does is it adjusts your loan to bring you down to the interest rates of today versus what you currently have. So if you guys have a government loan, FHA, VA, whatever it is, give us a call. We'll let you know what your streamline could be. We'll let you know if you can save some cash now.
Thomas Gilmore says self-employed and show a loss every year. Well, Thomas, I got bad news for you. Bad news for you. Your boss doesn't know how to make a profit. Because your boss doesn't know how to make a profit, and all loans are based off of income, it's going to be very difficult to do a loan.
Man.
But not impossible. Because if your boss is good enough to do most of his write-offs through depletion and depreciation, I'm able to add back in depletion and depreciation, and then your boss is a genius, Thomas, like a genius. Because I add back in the depletion, the depreciation, and then all of a sudden, you make a boatload of money that you don't even have to pay taxes on. What? But I can use it for buying a house. What? Yep, that's how it happens.
That's how it happens. Combined is about 140, 150. Yeah, Thrill, you need to call us, man. When are you going to call us? Sweet changes. We'd like to buy in Orlando, Florida, presently in Connecticut.
Yeah,
right? So when are you going to move, Sweet Changes?
Or I just did a bunch of down payment assistance programs in Florida. I found 5 of them in the area that I was looking. 5 down payment assistance programs. We'll look at them for you no matter where. Drop shipping is in CA.
Drop shipping in California. Drop shipping, is that your side hustle?
Yeah, maybe drop shipping is your CA.
Drop shipping a side hustle?
I don't know, man.
OTS, small house by me, just hit the market for $565, 10 years in taxes. Over 10 year in taxes. What does that mean?
I don't know. Small house by me just hit the market for
So it's a
565,000.
FISBO over 10 years.
Over 10K a year in taxes. OTS, we don't know what you're talking about. Clean it up and we'll try and answer it.
Pee-wee, is it better to do a refinance or a HELOC?
Good question, Pee-wee. Good question. It's math. It's always math. Here's what it is. If you have an 8.75% primary interest rate and it's time to do a cash out refi and you can do it at 6%, it's way better. But if you have a 2.3% interest rate and you're going to do a cash out right now at 6.5%, it's probably not better. It's better to do HELOC. So it's always math.
It's not even pee-wee, it's pewee. Pewee. Pewee.
Yeah,
Oh, pewee.
Pewee.
Navy Mom, what's up?
What's up, Navy Mom?
Thrilled.
Good to see you.
Does credit score matter on how much you can qualify for?
Credit score
Man.
is one of the most important things out there. It is, but not the most important. One of, but not the.
More important than food and water?
The most important is your debt to income ratio. How much income do you have? Now, if you have a low credit score, well, then that's going to have to be compensated for with down payment, and they do reduce your or the quality of your interest rate. Your interest rate goes up if you have a low credit score.
Caden Thomas, if you see a condo for sale and you want to purchase, what are the main requirements to go about it? Good question. Finally, some good stuff.
Caden. First thing you need is a good realtor. You need a great realtor, a great one. Don't pick somebody that's your cousin just passed the test. Not a good idea. Those people lose their family money all the time.
What about
we watch it happen.
Really hot person that he wants to date?
A really hot person, that might be really,
No?
yeah, I don't know if I want to talk about that.
You just sizzle.
I just freaked out, huh? I was just like, I can't talk like that. I can't talk like that. So, yeah, don't go for the pretty realtor either. As a rule, you have to go for the
Or handsome.
quality or handsome. Yeah, quality realtor, someone who knows what the heck they're doing, because that will make the difference. And if you're going for a condo, condos are different. They're different loans. There's HOA requirements. Some condos don't qualify for FHA, Fannie Mae, or Freddie Mac because they're too risky. What? What does that mean? That means that they're all non-owner occ, so everybody can walk away and the condo says, FHA says, yeah, no, we're not going to do this. Conventional says, yeah, we're not going to do this. You run into that?
All the time.
All the time, right? All the time.
And see, even David Cervantes says, I'll be talking to you guys soon.
Oh.
Caden, you got to take our advice.
David, got to do it, man. You got to do it.
What's the ideal hassle-free credit score needed?
Oh, we love that. You know what? If you
Ideal.
walk in with 820 credit score or higher, we're going to be like, hey, you can get anything you want. And every bank wants you. So I'll tell you what, when we get an 820 FICO score, we immediately go to management and say, hey, listen, they're going to be shopping us against every other bank out there. We need for you to give this person the best right up front, not so that we're trying to fight them later, because the other banks are going to go, well, you know what? Bring it to me. I'll cut it by $100 here or $100 there. Now we're in a situation where like, hey, we got to beat it by 20 more bucks. It's weird, so we go straight for the juggler if you've got an 820 or better. We try and get you the best all the time, but 820 can go anywhere.
3.7 Javier or Xavier. Is FICO score the same thing? Same thing as what? You're welcome,
FICO
Caden.
score, I don't know what FICO score means.
Yeah. Talk about the fraud of mortgages.
Fraud of mortgages. Oh,
Do
this
it.
is happening all the
Do it.
time. But you have to be careful with the F word, because if I say the F word, then all of a sudden the apps start banning me. We just get a notification that says you have engaged in speech we don't like and you are going away. And that's happened to us a couple of times. We've been put in jail. But anyway, how this happens is most people don't see the house. It's just numbers that everybody relies on. And in 2008, when the crash happened, there were people saying, hey, listen, trust me, I make 300 grand a year. Trust me, I make 300 grand a year. But you're a gardener for 6 weeks. Yeah, trust me, I make 300 grand a year. And then the loan officer would sign off on it for some stupid reason. And then the bank would go, well, the loan officer signed off on it. Cool. And then they would say, trust me, it's worth 600 grand. But it's not worth 600 grand. Everything around it's worth 200 grand. Just trust me. Then the appraiser would sign off on it. And then the bank would go, well, the loan officer signed off on it. The appraiser signed off on it. Everybody signed off on it. Let's give this guy 600 grand. And they did it. And that's how that big crash happened. Since then, the whole industry has changed. 90% of the loan officers left the business because they couldn't pass either the test or the moral turpitude part of becoming a loan officer. You actually have to put your fingerprints in. The FBI has to do a background check on you in order to do the job that we do, and they still don't trust us. They check everything we do.
Everything we do. Can you use projected rental income to qualify for a fourplex?
Isaiah. You
Isaiah
answer that.
White.
I've been talking too much.
Isaiah White, finally, man.
Isaiah.
You have told yourself. We've all been waiting for you to say it. We say it, but you never say it.
Okay, good.
So thank you. Anyway, so the answer is yes. Yes, you can. You can use 75% of the projected income, and it's going to be based on what we call a 1004, which is the appraiser's going to go in and say, these are the reasonable rates for these units. So it can't be what you think they're going to be rented for. It has to be off of what the appraiser says they're rented for. Or if they're already in contract, we can use those contracts. I'm having a hard time finding a lender who can do a loan for land that's $25,000. What do you suggest? Land is tough.
Yeah, land is real tough. Land is real tough because most people that are buying land, they don't know the problems with land. They see this beautiful vision in their head. I've done it myself. Where I'm like, hey, I could build my own house cheap. Everything can be cheap. But there's things that you don't understand. Like, for instance, how do I get rid of the sewage? That's not so simple. How do I get electricity there? That's not so simple. How do I get water here? That's not so simple. There's a lot of things that are not so simple. That's why land is a big, big risk. Most places want 40% down for the land, 40%, and they're out there. I don't know of any right now. Do you?
I don't understand what the problem is. I mean, when George Washington got here, he just went to Thomas Edison, and Edison gave him electricity, right? I mean, how is this so hard? All you got to do is say, I want electricity, I want water, and boom, get it.
Nikola
Boom,
Tesla was just going to do it like that over the airwaves.
Boom. Here you have the sharks. They don't loan you any money. They borrow your own money.
Antonio, you're a conspiracy theorist. We love that shit.
Well, if he's talking about us being the actual bank, it's true.
Well, I'm not the bank. No. I work for the bank. They can fire me tomorrow, man. If I do something wrong, I'm gone. They don't care about me. No. I'm an employee. When you talk about lending money, I got some news for you, Antonio. The banks don't lend you your own money. They lend you everybody else's money. Because you know where the banks get the money from? The federal government. What? Yes. The banks, we all get our money from the same spot. FHA, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, VA, and USDA. VA is a little different, but all those, we get our money from the government. And then we lend it to them and the bank takes a cut. That's how it works.
How much down payment do you have to have before you get a house? Natasha Singh.
Natasha, depends on where you live. Most of the time, if you went with a standard FHA, 3.5%. There are conventional at 3%, but the MI is usually prohibitive. Or there are down payment assistance programs that will actually cover the down payment for you. So that happens.
I am God, said.
Okay, all
right.
right.
God is when you sit down at the closing table, they steal your home. The home is yours when you.
All right, God, tell me what the rest of it is.
Yeah, we'll wait. Same colored shirt as the last live. Not good. Collared.
I don't know if that's right, but the same color. Most of my colors are white. I got a few black colors, but the same collared shirt. And maybe you don't see the distance of the pinstripes.
It's the same shirt, guys.
Yeah, it's not. It's absolutely not.
And I don't like collared shirts. I like collared greens.
Collared greens, dude. That's from the South. You're from the South.
The Scholarship Mogul. I need to hit you up, Scholarship Mogul, because I need some scholarships. I'm serious about this. Land loan. See your local credit union. They may have a minimum loan amount. Man, maybe. Yeah. Actually, there is something, guys. When it comes to the challenging stuff, local is better. When it comes to the easy stuff, we're better. But when it comes to the challenging stuff, you want someone that can look at it. Yeah. That's the truth.
Antonio, it's called fraud? It's called?
I think you meant called.
But what's called fraud?
What we were explaining, what you were explaining.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Question, can I go with $10K and get a mobile home with 690 FICO, first time buyer? How much do I need to, and then it ends. Hey, is this TikTok that's ending the conversations? I mean the questions, or is it the people?
I don't know.
Because you see how the questions.
Yeah, they're just
end?
like cutting off.
Oh, these text boxes have a limit.
Oh, okay.
They have a limit. That's what it is.
All right, cool. So IG, don't miss those over there. Don't miss the Facebooks and don't miss the YouTubes. I know TikTok, we get a lot of activity on.
Antonio wants you to show them the books and your checks.
The mobile home, you never answered the mobile home question. Oh. So the mobile home, mobile homes are tricky, and everybody thinks when they're first starting to buy a house, hey, I know what I'll do. I'll get on the cheap with a mobile home. Well, just by the word alone, mobile home, that home is mobile, so it's not real estate. It's got wheels on the bottom. And as long as it's got wheels on the bottom, FHA don't finance it, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, USDA, VA, nobody's going to finance that as a piece of real estate because it's not real estate. It's a special private loan. In California, for years, it was governed by the Department of Motor Vehicles, just like buying a car. So it's a different type of loan. Now, the minute you attach it to the ground properly via a 433A and an engineering cert, and then have all the right permits, now it becomes real estate. Now FHA will touch it, but special guidelines. Conventional will touch it, special guidelines. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all of them will touch it, special guidelines.
Oh, Natasha, New York.
Oh, Natasha, I love New York. I love New York. I love New York. But
Banks don't.
But yeah, banking is different in New York. It's different. So we don't do business in New York. We'd like to help you, but we're trying to get all the New Yorkers from the city to move to Pennsylvania or New Jersey, because then we can do your loan and you can still drive back into the city. Same, no worries.
Yeah, Antonio said the fraud is done at the signing. Promissory note is another way of currency.
Antonio's a conspiracy theorist, and I like the way you think, Antonio.
Antonio, do you own a home?
I think the whole system is rigged. If you listen to me, I think the whole system is rigged. However, the only way to survive in the rigged system is to learn the rules and break them like an artist. And that's what we do.
Antonio, do you own a home? And if you don't,
yep.
Where are you going to bug out to? I want to know.
I got to bug out too.
Is it hard getting an FHA loan with a 580? Nyla's mommy.
You take that.
Nyla's mommy. Is it hard to get an FHA loan with a 580? In today's environment, it's more difficult than it's ever been. It's more difficult than it's in my career. Mm-hmm. So there was a day where someone would say, hey, Chris, I have a 580 credit score. And I would say, do you have 2 years worth of job history? And they would say yes. And I would say, you already qualify. We just have to figure out how much. Mm-hmm. Doesn't exist in today's environment because 580 is a little difficult. So 3 legs to a loan: credit, income, assets. If one of these legs is weak, these other 2 got to be strong, guys. That's kind of the name of the game.
Following the host. We appreciate you guys. Hey, double tap the screen so everybody knows that we're amazing. Double tap the screen. Give us some double taps. Come on, guys. Double tap. Balloons. Double tap, double tap, double tap. Thank you, guys. We appreciate follow the host. We're going to try and help you get your first home, your next home, or even your investment homes. Appreciate the hearts. See all the hearts? Thank you very much, guys.
Nice.
Appreciate that. I am Dr. Doctor.
Hello, gentlemen. I said Charles.
What's up, Charles?
Truly, Garciela said, what is the cap income for down payment assistance?
Yours truly knows something. So everywhere you go, you have down payment assistance programs, but the people that write them are not stupid. They're like, hey, what if this guy makes $1 million a year? Do they really need assistance? No, they don't. So depending on the area, most places cap it at 166 to 188, 166,000 to 188,000. They figure if you make more money than that, you really don't need our down payment assistance program guy. Bite the bullet, use your money. That's what happens, and it's different in different areas and different programs. So if you're ready for that, let's talk it. And that's a good problem to have. You're like, hey, I make too much money. I had somebody who had a $190,000 income. They're like, I make too much money. The income was 186. And I was like, yeah, gross, but let's dig into the guidelines. Oh, did you have to buy some uniforms for work and you wrote them off? Ooh, did you have to buy a corporate vehicle? Oh, you didn't make 190,000. You're just under the guideline. Boom, worked.
Boom. How strict is work history requirements for FHA? Pretty strict. So you gotta hit that 2-year mark. Even if it's not continuous, even if you have gaps and you took a month off, took a year off, 2 years is 2 years, guys. We need to hit that number.
Yep.
Antonio, it's sad that you keep stealing from the very people you serve. Show me a check showing that you paid.
I don't know what you're talking about, Antonio. You're fun, though.
Keep reading.
I like you, man. I like you. This guy's like, he's sitting back there in a bunker going, all right, I don't know if these guys are good guys or bad. We're good guys, Antonio. I'm not playing for the system. I'm telling you, I think it's rigged. I also think I need to make it work. I don't know who that is.
Cinderella kick it up one time.
Oh, Cinderella. That's Spinderella. But I like that. I like the way you
No-ish.
spun it. Yeah. The whole system is a fraud. Thanks to you guys. It's us, dude. Look, okay, so Antonio has
made
outed
it.
us.
I made it.
Antonio has outed us. He has told the whole world, and
The whole
we don't
system.
even know how to reply to this, but he has told us that the
whole
whole system, you know what? The people on the street, homeless,
You thought this
they're
guy
mad.
had a say?
Oh, they're mad. You
This
know
guy
why?
don't have a
Because
say.
Chris and Lee blew it. They blew it. Antonio says
this guy had a say?
the whole system is thanks to you guys. Oh, it's all us, man. If it wasn't for us, the whole system would be perfect. There would be harmony. Dogs would like cats. Democrats and Republicans would get along. Trump and Biden would be best friends if it wasn't for us. Thank you, Antonio. You outed us. I don't know what to do anymore.
I didn't know I had that much power.
I know. It's so
I'm
awesome.
powerful.
Dude, I'm loving this.
Powerful.
Cool. 2 years,
Here.
meaning 2 years of tax docs.
think
You don't
it's
necessarily need 2 years of tax docs. You do need 2 years of working. So if you had 2 years of working, we can find it even if you haven't filed the tax docs yet. So we can make it happen even without that.
Ricky
12,
DeLue.
12 US 1431. All right. Good job. How difficult is the FH loan with 730 to 740 FICO? Ricky DLO, not difficult for you at all. 730 to 740, very good FICO score for FHA. Very good.
Any advice on how to buy a vacation home and to rent Airbnb without having to put 20% down? Easy.
Yeah, you could live in Fantasyland.
No, you just put 15% down.
You put 15. Can you do 15% down?
Yeah,
That's
investment
right.
all day
That's
long.
right. We got that program. Yeah, we have advice. Put 15% down, and we're good to go. Cool.
Easy, man.
Dude, catch up, man. Where are we at?
I have 580 credit. Last year I made 36,000. Before that I made 70. I make 45 now. What do you recommend?
Okay, Spinderella, kick it up one time. No,
Cinderella.
Cinderella. No, it's Spinderella.
That's Cinderella.
Oh, Cinderella. Oh, got it. Okay. So here's the thing. So you made 70, then you made last year 36. So 70 to 36 to 45. So we're going to have to find out why you went down to 36, why you've gone up to 45. And if the 45 is solid, I can use the 45. But it is suspicious because your income drops significantly. So we have to explain it to an underwriter, and we're able to do that.
Desi, are you able to help in California? Where's California?
Right here?
Oh, yes.
I'm standing in California right now.
He's sitting.
We're good point. I'm sitting. Yeah. See? He's right, man. Antonio's right.
He's a liar.
Yes.
You're all liars.
He's like, Antonio is right, man. So we're in Riverside, California, but we do loans in 49 states. The only state we don't do loans is New York. And my primary residence is Texas. My secondary residence is California, so I do a lot of loans, Texas, California.
Hi, I own several homes for several years. They do make money, but I guess not enough.
Antonio, what? I got to go back to Antonio, man. I'm loving this stuff.
Where's he?
It's unlawful for them to deny you credit that is yours. Antonio, oh, dude, I'm loving you. I do. This is fun. But here's the key. The creditor gets to choose who he wants to give credit to. There's no law that says I don't want to give him some credit, so I can't. There are some rules there are some laws actually. There's some laws that you have to follow, but nothing's entitled to you. Nothing's entitled. It's a guideline. It's a class. Do it.
I have a 600 FICO score, make $100,000 to $150,000 a year. Last year I made 300, but hesitant to when to buy. But hesitant, when should I buy?
Oh, well, Desi, here's the key. Everything is driven off of income. And if you made 300K last year, this is probably the best time to buy. Because if you normally make 100 to 150, but you made 300, then we're going to go, why did you make so much? But you qualify for a lot more. We do have to explain why you made so much. And then hopefully you continue to make it. But let's make sure we get you in the appropriate loan amount, not one that's too much for you to handle.
You have to work this one out, so
Okay,
I'm going to
cool.
do it again. Hi, I own several homes for several years. They do not make money. They do make money, but I guess not enough. Have a primary job, meaning DTI isn't great and cannot get another one. So his DTI's too up. He needs to make more money. With some ideas.
Okay, so you can, if you're trying to buy a primary residence or even an investment property, but investment property's 20% down or 15 sometimes. But you need to make more money. You can either use a non-occupant co-borrower or get a side hustle.
Boom.
if you want a side hustle, there's a side hustle, and we can help you with the side hustle. We're doing digital marketing. We're actually making money at it. It's our side hustle. We don't spend as much time as we should because we make more money, but we're loan officers. That's what we do. According to Antonio, we're busy destroying the entire United States right now. Single-handedly.
Just us two.
Just Chris and Lee. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Just Chris and Lee.
We don't even need
We're
a team.
destroying the entire United States, according to Antonio. And Antonio says, sure, play dumb. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. If this is what it is, I guess I am dumb. How's is yours intelligence today, sir?
Here's what's funny about it is that we have a whole team. We let
I
them.
know.
We say keep doing the loans.
I know.
While we destroy the world.
We're in the middle of it.
We don't need your help.
We're destroyed. Yeah,
We work
back
on
off,
those.
back off. Yeah, I only get one guy's help. It's his because he's on the side, and that's it. Cool. Next.
Once collection age is 7 years, does it fall off credit that month? Will it credit score jump?
Does it? Well, actually, every year as the credit delinquency ages, it has less weight on your credit score. So less weight, less weight, less weight. Now, if you make it active again, then it's current. So my suggestion is get a hold of us. We'll see if sometimes we can get them removed by challenging them or proving something's paid.
And we need a commercial.
Okay. If you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. The badass loan officer's phone numbers are on your screen right now. Unless you're Antonio, don't call us. Because you're going to go, how did you crash the system? And we're going to have to explain it. So anyway, if you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer right here.
Okay, my credit score
Dude,
shows...
we got so many messages.
Sure.
We're
Play dumb.
You know what? Right now, we're Cat Williams. We're like, whoa, you crashed
dumb.
the world? You crashed the world?
My credit score
Oh.
shows different numbers on different apps. Where can I get my mortgage FICO?
Only from a licensed loan officer. Call us.
These guys.
Yeah, we'll pull your credit. We'll give it to you. The reason is that they're all trying to sell your credit down the road. And yeah, the only way you get a real mortgage FICO is to have a licensed loan officer pull your credit. Then you have a mortgage FICO.
Dude, we got a lot of
I know. We're
freaking
trying to keep up.
questions.
So don't forget
How
that one.
much-
And don't forget that one. Dude, we can't keep up. There's no way. We're going to try and get all of your questions. Honestly, we just got a ton of them coming in. A ton of them. Thank you very much for watching us. Interest rates are amazing right now. Well, not amazing, but they're good. They're better than they have been. 5.25 for a 15-year conventional. 5.375 for a VA or an FHA. That is not your quote. That is the quote that New American Funding is putting out on the website. And if you want to see that, go to the top of our bio. It says links. Go to cool stuff, and you'll see today's interest rates that New American Funding is putting out. Cool.
How much home can I get with $50,000 salary?
Good question. I would say you're going to start at about 250 with no debt. 250 and going up all the way up to 320, somewhere in that range.
All right, Antonio, you do have all the power, people. Guidelines isn't law.
All right. I don't know what that means, but okay, good.
Tacoma
I'm
Flow.
loving this guy. I'm loving him. He's pretty awesome.
Can you do 1 year 1099 and 1 year W-2, same job?
You take that.
No.
Okay. Why?
Okay, so the answer is if you go from 1099 to W-2, we can use it. That's actually what you put there. If you go 1099 or go W-2 to 1099 1 year, you cannot. So going self-employed is more strict. So if you have a 2-year work history going from self-employed to employed, you're good. If you have a 2-year work history going from employed to self-employed, you need another 2 years. So just know that you need a whole set of 2 years if you're going from from employed to self-employed. Very difficult. Tacoma Flow. Call us.
I need to twist my mustache because we're destroying the world. So I have to figure out
You still
how
stuck on
are we going.
Antonio?
I'm loving this, man. I hope we get one of these. Antonio, please come back every day. Please come back every day. Please
guy's
just
name-
stay respectful.
Dude.
That's the only thing we ask.
It's the adventure chicken.
Okay. I love that adventure chick. Dude, you throw a chick in.
Chicken.
She's adventure chick.
Chicken.
0501. 79 FICO, 70 income, no expenses besides utilities. What can I get? I'm talking you're with no debt, depending on where you're at, but probably about 350,000, 450,000, depending on your property tax base. It's going to be about right. New York City. Oh, I love New York City, man. I
Why
love
don't we
it.
get some NYC
I love
traffic?
it, but we can't do both. We just can't do business there.
Get a lot of traffic from there.
Available for second home. What does that say? Texas.
Texas.
Oh yeah.
Nora Malone. You want a second home or what, Nora?
Yeah, let's get a second home in
it.
Texas. Let's do it.
Let's call us.
Oh, by the way, second home guidance. There's 3 primary categories in loans. There's primary residence, second home, investment property. Primary residence 3.5%, second home 10%, investment property 20%. Those are all the down payments. That's kind of the broad stroke brush. Cool. I see we got about 4 loan officers who just followed us. Thank you guys. We appreciate you. If you're still sticking around in this difficult market, man, respect to you guys. Respect. It's a difficult business.
I want to invest in Midwest, but I live in Cali. Best loan to get?
There's only one loan you can get, Jesse. If you want to invest, you're going to have to go with a Fannie Mae or a Freddie Mac. There's Alt QM, but it's going to be a lot more down payment. So it's not the best loan. It's the only loan you can get. It's going to be, you can't do FHA because FHA is primary residence. You can't do VA because VA is primary residence. You can't do USDA. All you can do is Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac investment property.
Can you get a mortgage with back taxes and monthly payment plan?
You take it.
Heck yeah, you can. So when you owe money and then you put yourself into a payment plan, we use that payment as part of your DTI. So if it's $100, if it's $300, if it's $1,000, and I happen to know this, guys, if you're going to get into a payment plan with the IRS, they will let you go to 7 years, which is 84 months. So what that means is, just because you can afford a $1,000 a month payment, let's pretend, I'd rather you stretch it to 84 to give us a $100 payment because it'll help you better with your mortgage.
How do you know that?
I read a lot.
Me too. I read a lot too.
How can I take out the equity on my home? Asked Frank 900.
Well, you call us, and we do either a HELOC or a cash out refi. That's it. Real simple. Just make a phone call, cash in your pocket.
Boom.
Antonio, where? Reason why the go-to underwriters. Reason why they go to underwriters. I don't know what that means.
He said we're the reason. I don't know.
Okay,
Ricky
cool.
DLO. What's the income cap for FHA load?
Load? Okay. FHA, the income, there's no income cap, right?
No.
There is
But
no.
it said load. It's
yeah.
loan.
If you're
FHA
talking
loan.
FHA loan, if you're talking about down payment assistance programs, those usually have a cap, 166 to 188. They range, but FHA, you can make 20 million a year and still get an FHA loan. It's just that's income.
Antonio said only creditors is the person, not you.
Only credit. Wait a minute. I'm not giving my personal money?
Not you.
Oh, wait a minute. Shoot. I've been thinking I'm giving my personal money every single time.
So it's all
No,
still
I'm
there.
not. No, I'm not. That's ridiculous. Yeah, we underwrite for guidelines. We work for a bank. We are employees. We're actually W-2 employees. We're employees. We do what the bank says to get loans. We follow the guidelines. And then when we submit a loan, an underwriter has to go through and say, hey, this was a good loan. If you're a bad loan officer, the bank fires you. And the underwriters deny your loan.
Straight fired?
If you're a good loan officer,
Straight
well, they
fired?
pay you a lot of money and you make a very good living.
Straight fired?
Get fired.
Straight fired.
Boom, fired.
Nika said hi. Say hi, Nika.
What's up, Mika? Good to see you.
Buy now, said Jesse.
Buy now, pay later.
What do you need to have to qualify for FHA or Fannie? Asked Nyland's mommy.
Nyland's mommy. FHA, 580 FICO score, 3.5% down. And most down payment assistance programs go on an FHA loan, which means you can get in for 0 down sometimes, but not always recommended. Conventional, 5% down. Yes, there are 3% downs, but the MI is usually prohibitive. MI is mortgage insurance. So we say 5% down, and that's it.
Okay, commercial time.
All right, if you need a badass loan, call a badass loan officer. You can get a badass loan officer at New American Funding by calling these 2 phone numbers on the screen. It is going to disappear with special effects in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bye. Special effect fade out.
682
Cool.
credit, make about $45,000 a year, $9,000 left on a car. This is Raul Guzman Stanley. Are you the one who invented the Stanley Cup? Because if you are, I don't like it.
$45,000. I guess you're asking how much can you buy, and you're probably in the $180 range, $180 to maybe $250. There's some things I have to do. 2 questions. Ramirez says George or Jorge? Would you go? With? Jorge. You have to do it. Roll the R's, man.
Hey,
Ramirez. Cool.
cool borrower, Ortega loans.
Okay. Ortega Loans says co-borrower. You know what? Yes. You want to be our co-borrower, Ortega Loans? Come on in.
Whoever needs a co-borrower,
Call Ortega Loans.
DSCR loan. I have 15 and got denied a HELOC.
I have 15 DSCR loans. Dude, you know the DSR business better than probably anybody if you have 15 DSCR loans and you got denied a HELOC. Well, HELOC it becomes a very risky loan because it's just an investment property that you're not even qualifying on your own. So HELOCs, they usually do HELOCs on primaries and sometimes seconds. But when you get to a DSCR, that alone says you're in a risky situation. So I don't know if we can help you. Maybe, maybe not. Next.
But do this. Call us. Let's see if we can get you one. I think we can.
You can?
Pretty sure of it.
All right. Okay.
Scholarship Mogul. I used the down payment assistance in Texas, August 23. They gave me an additional gift of $12,000 due to county purchase. Are you just showing off?
Yeah, you're just
Mogul?
flexing, man. You're just don't tell Antonio, man. He'll think you're destroying the world. He thinks we're destroying the world.
It'll be
yeah,
S3.
yeah. Hey, congratulations, Scholarship Mogul. Very happy to hear that. Very, very happy. What city and state? I'm out of Lake Travis, Texas. That's outside of Austin. So what city and state? Because I like to know about the down payment assistance programs. That was done in 8 of 23. Cool.
Will high interest loan collections affect getting approved for a mortgage?
Go ahead.
Yes. So it doesn't have anything to do with the high interest, but collections, yes. It's like what Lee said earlier. As you have collections, as you have lates, as you have repos, and all these negatives, all it does is push your credit scores down.
Oh, you know, Antonio's starting to sound like Zotto.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe. What kind of loan can I use as an investment? What kind of loan can I use?
D-Tran.
Oh, yeah, we already did that. It's conventional. Fannie Freddie. 33 messages in 10 seconds, man. That's crazy.
Show him the check and show him your books.
I show him my books, and he shows me the books. You know why? Because we got to run a business together.
Well, we wrote a book.
We did ride a
Is that
bike.
what he means?
Yeah.
I rode a bike too.
Ride a bike. Okay.
Jorge
Jorge
Ramirez.
Ramirez. I have investment property, 8.5%. Should I refi now or wait till the middle of the year? Jorge, it's math. It's a lot of math. So if you believe the interest rates are going to go down, and we believe it because the Fed has come out and said they're going to go down. If you believe they're going to go down, then you might want to strategically plan that refinance. But remember, a refinance is going to cost you X, and it has to make sense inside of the process. In a perfect world, you would refinance once and then never again, especially if it's your forever home. But you might want to wait. So it's a complicated situation.
All right, we're at an hour. We got a lot of questions. We're going to start at the bottom. We're going to work our way up.
All right, cool.
Man trying to find a loan, it's hard. Yes.
Yes, it is. We'll help you.
Do you have to pay closing costs again to refi?
Yes, you do. We can finance it into the loan, but you still pay them.
What does it mean to assume a mortgage and what's needed to qualify?
That means you take over somebody else's mortgage, and you have to go through underwriting.
Scholarship Mogul is in Horseshoe Bay.
Hey, I appreciate Horseshoe Bay. We love it.
Reyes Miguel says, what's going on, guys?
Hey, great to see you.
Can you do a 1031 and move in it?
Yes, we can. That's actually a very smart move, but you have to do that with us and your accountant.
Can you buy points to lower your monthly payments?
Yes, you can. We do that a lot.
My husband is 1099. Does that affect anything when buying?
Yes, it does. We have to have 2 years of 1099 in order to make it happen.
Do you do HELOCs up to 80 LTV?
Higher than that. Actually, HELOCs, we go up to 95, right? I
Yeah.
think we go 95 HELOC LTV. Dude, my guideline just crashed in my brain. It just crashed. Hey, we're only here for a few more minutes. We kind of have a rule we got to get going here, but we're going to answer as many as we can.
What's the minimum cash out refi you do in Texas?
Cash out refi, it's going to depend on your LTV. No, that's 100 for the loan. How much cash out can you do? 20 grand.
Yeah, well, he has a zero balance.
Okay,
How much can you take out?
cool. Next.
No, what's your minimum? You got to answer the question.
How?
So pretend you
Like
don't
10 grand.
No,
Well, if
pretend,
you have a loan already,
no. Pretend you don't.
if you don't have a loan already, 100 grand.
There you go.
If you have a loan already, probably 10 grand after everything nets and you still get 10 grand. It has to make sense. We can't do what's called churning the loan. It's bad news.
What does 50% of the country favor Trump when only 5 are rich? Why does 50% of the country favor Trump?
Because we're America. Because we're America. Get to do whatever you want. Do you
What
do hard money
programs-
loans? No.
Oh.
We don't do hard money loans.
What programs are the first-time home buyers?
Usually that's FHA, but sometimes Fannie Mae.
My lease ends in December. When should I start?
Like right now,
Looking for a third home in Wyoming. Can I put $300,000 down? Do you work with any banks?
we are a bank. First off, New American Funding, not us. New American Funding is a bank or a direct lender, but we do broker through Wells Fargo, all the big ones. We broker through all the big ones, so we can find it.
How much house can I afford at current VA loan rates in California? I make $225,000 a year.
225,000. I'm gonna guess. Shoot, you're 850 to $1.5 million, somewhere in that range.
Easy
Yeah, there's a
peasy.
lot. Yeah, there's a lot going on here.
L, what if I made 30K last year, but this year make 50. Will loan officer look at that as bad?
No, it actually looks at it as good because your ascending income means your income's going up. And if it's guaranteed, I'm able to use the higher amount. If not, there's this weird thing where I have to do a 24-month average or 30-month average. But preferably, I choose to use ascending income. I don't get to choose it. It's already set up in the guidelines. I just have to put all in the data, make sure which one is used correctly.
Chris wants to know if you would move to Texas.
17 messages in 10 seconds, man.
What's the current VA loans?
Yeah.
All right, guys.
All right. You know what? We've been Chris and Lee. We appreciate you guys. We'll be back. Have a good one.
And we'll answer your questions live. How about that? Just text us. Screenshot it. 3, 2, 1, bye.